I think it's the artist's makeup to survive and adapt. We're outlaws in a lot of ways.
No, I'm not going to sing. And you're not going to sing. No one's going to sing. All right.
No singing.
Okay, so first of all, I want to welcome Megan Cope, hello, and Karla Dickens to our chat. It's so lovely to have you here. I think, first of all, I want to just check in and see how you're both going. It's really lovely that you're both isolating together as well. That was something that made me really happy. To see two artists that actually have incredibly different practices but actually find that common ground in supporting each other to survive. So how are you both going?
Every day's different.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And Megan's a good cook, so that's good.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yes. And
Karla loves the garden.
What is it about artists, do you think, that sort of, and particularly in our sort of arts ecosystem, like that kind of generosity, that solidarity, what is it about artists that means that happens?
Well, I think artists are very human and in touch with their humanity. Money doesn't always drive us. We're responding and thinking about, current, well, Megan is, I am, a lot of artists are, current political and social situations. So, yeah.
I think we're also really motivated by the greater good and want to challenge people to think better and do better. I think that particularly a lot of contemporary Indigenous artists and blackfellas, that's what we want. We want to see that change on our country and in our communities. That's such an important thing for us. And I guess, we do that in our work as well. We ask audiences to consider alternatives always, because, for us, it's not in the too distant past, this kind of adversity and these types of restrictions.
And I think a lot of people have been talking about, how do creatives continue to make when there's this threat of, COVID and economic insecurity over their heads. But I actually think blackfellas in so many ways are really well placed to continue to create, because actually part of the reason that you guys create is to talk about survival, and is to perpetuate survival and to perpetuate, cultural continuity in all its forms. There's a whole lot of content that's waiting to come out due to thinking about survival all the time. This is not something that is new to us, and this is another aspect of that, I guess.
I think it's the artist's makeup to survive and adapt and look outside of the system and work outside of the system. And, we're outlaws in a lot of ways. I'm really, I'm excited to kind of, and open to take whatever steps are kind of needed next. But
yeah, I mean, we will continue to make artists are highly adaptive and resourceful and resilient. I mean, a lot of, we make work as coping mechanism for the pain and trauma that's in communities or in the land or wherever. That's often what drives a lot of artists. But yeah, when we look at it socially and politically, I think it's really alarming. How
have you guys felt? Because obviously there's been massive funding losses. There's been people are out of work. I mean, for me it's been a really difficult, heartbreaking moment.
I think that it's a real true sign of a healthy society when we can have a healthy arts and cultural ecosystem, and the fact that it's the first thing to be taken away from our society is a real indicator of the health of our country.
You know, I'd be interested, like everybody's at home, everybody's on the net, everybody's watching TV, and not everybody, but the majority of people are like, you know, leave them with the news and cut off every kind of movie or anything that any artist had to do with. And, you know, see how they kind of felt in the world and whether, you know, see what our value is. You know, yeah.
But I think it is really problematic when we just consume art or we have that relationship with it. I think that there needs to be transformation into, you know, what our relationship with art is and creativity. You know, I think that, and now's that time to do that, because, you know, I think we also have to address our complicitness with capitalism as well. And, you know, I think that there's some deep problems there that we, you know, we survive in and we go with, and like it's great. I'm very grateful always to be living the life I live. But I think that, you know, fundamentally the capitalist system is rotten to the core and we need revolution now.
It's really important to, you know, to stop and really rethink and reimagine and how we're going to continue, you know.
It's a reimagining of the whole world right now.
Yeah,
and I think
totally.
what an opportunity to be able to do that. So thank you so much for talking with me today. Have a really beautiful day.
Yeah.
We'll see you in person very soon as we can.